everybody, welcome back to Dawn of Man. Looking at our village today, and I will unpause immediately because I might as well do the introduction while everything's going on. It is spring, which usually means there isn't that much to do yet for my population. I do have to order. Yeah, that's the toolbox. Do have to order my population to head out and drop stuff off in the right spot. But we're having 13 people right now. 6 tents times 3 means I have room for 6 more people. And out of the 13, one of my women was pregnant. Correction, it's been a busy winter. 2 of my women are pregnant. So at some point in this game, we're going to have 2 more people adding to our entire population. Now, with all of that done, there aren't currently many building options. I have tents, and that's it. I have my 3 storage tents as well as the wood and the rock piles, and I don't need those yet. We do have enough water, okay. Production-wise, I have everything we need. The hearth, the crafter, skins dryer, food dryer, and a tanner, and currently that's all I need. So nothing to build there. Spiritual, it's just the skull pole, and we have 3 of those, which for the time being is enough. I hope that by the time I actually need something better, I am already able to build the totem. Totem is going to be built in the city. Yeah. And burial mounts, I have one, but there's enough capacity in it. Maybe I should build a second. Let's see. We have food production, collecting water, repairing the storage tent, collecting flint, creating dry screen, and so yes, I do have enough room. But if I want to do that, I need stone, and those buggers are pretty heavy. Which in turn means he's going to the flint, okay. Which in turn means I need something else, and that something else are sledges. The problem with that, as you already noticed, I need 7 points for that, and we have 4. So, how to solve that? One of the ways to solve that is to get a certain number. In this case, I may need 2 more people, and I get the free knowledge point. Now, I already said we have 2 pregnant ladies, so in general I will able to make this. That's one thing, and I can speed things up if I want to. You are not going to the tent with that food. But So I was saying, we can actually speed things up with that, if I want to. We also had killed a mammoth here last time. Do we have anything left? Yes, we have a lot left, actually. So let's see if I'm able to get some other people to work at some point to collect everything over there. He is okay. There it is. 4, 6, 7, 8 meat and 3 skins. So I need 3 people for meat and 1 for skins. Adults, everything that's old isn't even. Able to. Where is it? Can't find the food. Here it is. Everybody who's old isn't even able to carry much, so I have to check who and what's happening if everybody is taking things. She's got a full load. He's got a full load. So I need 2 more people. He's going to pick up, so that leaves 3 items. And the guy we sent over there was doing 2 items. Oh, wrong button. That's a common mistake I keep making. So I need 1 more. Is there a kid around? Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. There's a kid. No, that's a dog. This is more dangerous. I think. Oh, he was going to get the raw meat elsewhere. Ha! Right, that's not the raw meat I was expecting him to pick up. So I'm going to send him here and see what's actually being taken with him. It's possible I don't even need him anymore. 1, 2. You're going back. least we have a lot of food again, thanks to that mammoth. And what's more important for me, at least for now anyway, is that we also have a lot of skins. And with all the raw skins, we're pretty good supplied, for now anyway, for the clothing. Or tent repairs or whatever. I have to keep an eye on that lady. Because I really do need people, or in this case, the man, not the lady. So one thing I can do is getting my welfare up. And maybe the prestige as well. If I want more prestige, I will need to build another sculpt hole. Really, he's going for a drink when he's about 2 steps away from the meat. Now he's able to go for a drink. And that solves my food problem. It's time to clear. No. They're all tools and resources. Oh, we still do have a girl. Okay. It's the father of Al Gore. I mean, yeah. Yes, I could build another sculpt hole. And that should, for the time being anyway, be enough for them to please each and every mood problem. So what else? 3 more population, 16. Nice thing about those work areas is that you can simply remove and replace or relocate them. How many skull piles do we have now? 2, 3, this is number 4. That's another point. Time for coffee. I don't think they know that. Wait, it's past. I don't think they knew that in the prehistoric eras. But you never know. I mean, tea was invented a long time ago. So it's always possible that coffee was invented a long time ago as well. I'm not in the mood to actually start looking for when coffee was discovered. But let's just assume it wasn't there in the prehistoric era. No, you're not going to a tent. It's funny that those cave hyena we saw, or cave lions, never triggered a hunting party. Cave bears, bison, and even cedar bugs. We have to be careful with those. Oh wait, there's a cave lion. A dead one actually, butcher. That's one meat and some extra skins. So they ran into the cave bears. But I have to be careful with the cave bear because we have our food source here for the time being. As soon as we start with the domestication, or better said, the use of grain and pulses, and that's 5, good. But as soon as we start with the use of grain and pulses, things are becoming easier. Because at that point, I will have the ability, a slightly better ability actually, to start working on food. And with that food, also being able to feed my population a lot better. It's something that's taking time, but yeah, when it starts running, things are going to be better as long, and here's the catch, because there's always a catch, as long as I make sure that my workloads don't get too high. Food production must have the priority over the rest. They won't be happy if they run around without clothing, unless it's summer, but otherwise they won't be really happy about it. But they're able to shelter in tents in case it's getting too cold. So hypothermia isn't really a problem. We have another trader coming in, by the way. Hypothermia isn't really a problem as long as they're able to get the skins to create clothing. Food is. I can't rely on a trader for food. $150. Let's see. $20. $195 even. No, it's too much. That's absolutely too much. 10. 18. 26. 10. And another knowledge point. So with that in mind, things are going fine. I mean, I'm able to get flint pretty easy, and it's only getting easier actually. So with that in mind, getting enough food is more important. And once I have the sledge technology, I can start focusing on this and this. I will need bone sickles before I'm able to do the grain and the pulse processing. But being able to transport things is making life so much easier. Stop. Ah, that's why. So we've got. They won't be able to put the dry fish in. I need more room here. Or I need to kick the... Oh, that's a better idea, actually. Drop the water. Drop the dry fish. Drop that in the tent. And that goes for you too. And all the water... Well, they can drop off meat too. All that water is sent to a tent. Which she's going to do now, I think. Yep. Problem solved. At least for the time being. I don't mind having water in the tent. I do mind having all the other food resources in the tent. And other resources actually, but there's no way to avoid it. Simply because of the scripting. But this works too. So, what else is there left to collect? I need 3 more houses. More cooking. Another skin dryer for points. Burial mounds. Population, of course. Three more meat, people. That should be doable. So let's see if I'm able to get my party on hunting. That's too dangerous. That's too dangerous. This is possible, depending at where they're going. Also, we have 3 young males. I should be able to capture those. But I run into a problem again. Adults will very much likely attack the rest. So, for the time being, that's a no-go. About him, it's pretty think if I set half the tribe on him, it's an option. But if it's up to me, I prefer those wolves. Except they're pretty far away. Cave bear would be nice too. I think we just got our free meat. We've got our 7th point. Third meat, well actually, yeah, that's another option. Not the one I was counting at. Not the one I was expecting. But it's another option. So we have our 7 points. Which means I'm going to unlock the sledge. That also means I have new construction options. Being the sledge. That also means we need more leather, but that's okay. And we have a transportation post. Now, here comes the nice part. I will get points for the transportation post and the sledges. So what I'm going to do, transport. I'm going to build, let's do it here. Very good idea. Yep. Free transportation posts, because each one of them is able to keep 2 sledges or carts under control. I'm going to build 5 sledges. That means, and that's why I said here comes the nice part, that means those 5 sledges, once they're finished, will give me 1 point. Maybe 2. Okay, here we got the next one, the 1 point I was hoping for with the raw meat. But with those 5 sledges, I'm able to transport larger objects a lot easier. They're going to use the sledges to transport meat. When there's been a hunt, they butcher the thing, leave everything, somebody else moves in, picks up everything on the sledge and moves back. So with it, transportation of everything will be easier. But like I said, I'm getting knowledge points for creating 5. And by using the hitching post, my villagers will always put the sledges back in the village, which in turn makes it a lot easier to use them. That's my second point. It's a very simple construction, able to hold a sledge, cart, and a plow. Plow is future. Now, doesn't say when we get more. Trust me, we will get that notification later. But this is able to hold 2 sledges, times 2 is already 4, and this one added makes 6, and I only have 5, so problem solved. They won't use it to collect sticks. They will use it to collect logs. And if there happen to be sticks when they have to collect the logs, they will take the sticks along as well. But the stick collecting area I have over here won't be used with a sledge. It's really mass transportation for big items or heavy items. Now it's mass transportation of multiple items, which usually will take lots of movements. We'll see at some point. As soon as somebody starts using it, I'll show it. That's a lot easier as explaining everything. Do we have? No. And there's my other knowledge point. Do we have anything left? Yeah, 1 meat. I'm not going to order anyone to pick it up. This is what I need. As soon as somebody starts cutting down the tree, we'll see what's going to happen. They're going to pick the sledge and start cutting down it and then transport everything back. What's happening at the crafter? Clothing. And that's what I mean. She's going to get leather to build sledge. So we keep this one selected. As you can see, that's 6 slots. So she's actually spending a lot of sweat to pull the thing, because she's too old and too weak to carry a roll of leather. Makes sense. You're not going to the tent, you're going to the storage tent. But this is what happens, as you can see. You have to keep an eye on those two. One of the sledges is already brought back to the hitching post. He's probably he's going to build. He's also going to build. Now watch. Picking up sticks. He's going to get leather also for the turn here. But he only has 1 stick. And we got a kid. Hi kitty. Ah, she's got the rest of the sticks. So he will probably get free leather. The last free. 2. Okay, we needed 2. So this is what they're going to use the thing for. Now we should have somebody building some point. We'll see people coming over to pick up the sledges. Whoa, ho ho, I didn't count on this one. What do we have? Girl. But she was just born. We have a mother, a grandmother, and a daughter. Okay. 17 people. Okay, and room for 21, so I still have room for 4 more. But that gives me the 3 knowledge points I wanted. And there's the other one. Sledge. So we're going to unlock bone and bone items. For now, it's the bone sickle is going to be my option. Bone knife are useful compared to the biface, but let me think. 7, 40. No, I'm going to use them. Because stone polishing is the one I need for the flint knife and the flint sickle. But if I unlock this, if I spend 7 points to unlock this, it takes a long time before I have the other 7 points, so that's 14 points. If I create the stone, the bone items first, then I can unlock grain processing, and from grain processing move over to the flint. And that means I have to remove the biface, which means I can remove that biface. And it's immediately on the list even before I did it, because yeah, we have more adults in our village now, and all tools and weapons are set to 50% of adults. But you are not going to the tent. And while I was busy, a lot of items have been dumped in tents. He's going to set everything where it belongs. No, sticks. See, the moment they drop something in the tents, I'm screwed. Because everybody wants to go there and drop things. Wait. And what we're going to see now is that he is going to pick everything up. Drop everything off. Well, if everything goes okay, he's going to drop everything off in storage tent. If something isn't okay, he's trying to move to a tent 6 billion times. No. He got the message, eventually. It's one of the reasons why at some point with a large population I will dedicate several granaries to food and actually start splitting things. And that means splitting it in what I'm able to store in certain granaries, like the grain, the pulses, the berries, and the fruit, the cherries, all in one granary. Bread in one granary, maybe with the cured meat and the cured fish, and one for raw meat and one for raw fish. And this, no, you're not going to attend. You bugger. He really doesn't understand it. Old man. But no. I was saying, yeah, the bread, cured meat, and cured fish in one granary, and raw fish and raw meat in one granary. By doing that, I have, at least I am certain that I have enough storage space. That's one thing. But I'm also certain that, well, not 100% certain because the game messes up, as you can see, but I'm pretty certain he got the message. You see that? He got the message after 4 attempts. But with the granaries, by separating the food, I'm pretty certain that most of my food ends up in the granaries and not in the huts / tents or whatever I'm using. Now I had set, if I'm not mistaken, to stone collect 10. And I'm finally able to assign stone. Because, as said, we have, there's 20 in there, we have the option to use sledges now. I see only one. So the other ones are probably used to transport something. There's an easy way to find it. Right. There's one over here. That one's dead. So she is using one. She is using one for the stone, which is what I intended to do. That's number 2, number 3, 4, and 5. And now we have sledges. The funny thing is they decay. So it's possible I will actually get to the 25 at some point. Slings, 2 more. Yes, that's going to happen. Bone harpoon, that's going to happen. Bone spear, I don't think so, because we're already using flint. But flint spear, axe, and pickaxe going to happen. Eventually, flint sickle and knife. Yep, I could go on to get bone sickles and knives at some point. We'll see. he's going to stone. Right. So we're finally able to see what I wanted to show you. Just hope he's doing all 6. And look at our food stock. We're at 90. Or we were at 90. So that got a positive swing. I also noticed I made a construction mistake. But it's not a big one. At some point I have to rearrange some things anyway, so it's not really a big problem. And he's got 1 stone on the sledge now. Food's going down fast. Oh well. Not really a big problem. We also have 1 sickle, so I am able to create pulses. And with it, by far more important, bread. No, not pulses. We are able to process grain and with it also create bread. And that's the next point. This is going to take a while though. Entails our pulses. That's 1 grain. We have, that's a 3. Einkorn, that's another. Barley is a 3rd. Einkorn, some trees up here. All those spots come back each and every year. More einkorn. We have more einkorn over here. Barley. So, as said, my intention is to clear cut this area and remove the stones and put up some fields over there, which will be a lot easier once we have flint items. Currently only the pickaxe and the axe, so things are already somewhat easier. But once we have flint knives, you are not going to a tent. As if I knew it. Ah, that's why. Ease off. You are not going to a tent. Oh wait, it's the wrong tent. And there's our guy with the... He only had 6 free, sorry, so he's probably exhausted. No. But this is what it's meant to be. This is making their lives so much easier. This also gives me the opportunity to start building another. He's got a sickle. High commission, and I can't use this one, so I can't do anything yet. What's also important to me is that all the items I have over here, they're nice, and I can replace them. I mean, bone harpoon and the sickle can be replaced with the bone, but if it's up to me, I would prefer to get the bifaces out, selling those off and buy something else, but not possible with him. We always have old people who are too stubborn and do everything still the old-fashioned way. I said I can build another burial mound. If there's enough room for it. I don't want to build it too high, because I will need this space later. They dropped off water in the tent again. That's That's why they were moving the food back here. The only downside, if I drop off water here, in tents, get things like that. Because they are going for a drink. And drop off what they have because they lack the storage slot. You stupid kid. I'm pregnant. Well, winter is coming, so you never know what's going to happen. Better said, winter is here, so. I don't think there's much work, but still. Mining, crafting, and gathering. Okay. Yeah, and you got to take the thing back. That's normal. Anyway, given it's winter time, and seeing the time I've been recording, this is where we pause for today. Next episode, we're getting 1 point for surviving winter. We have I can't say anything about hunting certain animals because that's so tricky. What I can do is probably at some point I have to build another burial mound, that's for sure. And I will add tents, that's for sure too. The rest depends on what we have here. And right now, most items why do I have only 2 nuts collected? Most items are still too far to actually have a point impact. Mm. 4 pie faces. If I play things smart, I'm going to craft 4 pie faces. That's another point. Because we made 6 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is a crafting point. I don't have to keep an eye on the harpoon because it will be a long time before we get a fishing rod and even longer before we get a fish trap. I could do wooden harpoons too and use those biface and a harpoon as trading material. I won't do that with the bone spear or the bone knife, as a matter of fact. Maybe later with the bone circle though. Pickaxe is no problem, because we need them anyway. Flint knife and sickle is no problem, we're going to need them anyway before we actually get to our knowledge that we are able to process copper. So the whole Mesolithic and Neolithic era will be going to use bone and flint tools, which is quite a long time. So with that in mind, that isn't really a problem. And the step from Copper Age to Bronze Age may actually be one I skip, which means I am doing the Copper Age unlocking, but I won't craft the copper tools. Instead, I will immediately switch to Bronze Age as soon as I have the point, that is, do the Bronze Age research and craft everything in bronze, and then start to unlock this part and the rest. Because there is, technically speaking, there is a difference. Game-wise speaking, there isn't a difference between copper and bronze. And everything I have here, the only thing that's different is fruit tree domestication, but the last food we have is rye domestication for grains, and I already have the barley, einkorn and emmer. So this is not really a big requirement to compensate for skipping it for a while. Bronze Age and then donkey, wheel and the rest. That's for the future, however, in both ways of speaking. For now, like I said, I pause it here. I wish everybody a very happy change of the year, because this is the last episode of 2023 I am doing. Everything else will be 2024. So I'm wishing everybody a very good change of the year. I hope to see everybody back next year. So be careful with fireworks and whatever, in case you like to use that. Stay healthy, stay safe. Most important, have a good time with the change of the year. And see you next year. Goodbye.